What's your name, please?
Michael Kenny.
And where are we now?
We're in Moatfarrell Graveyard.
Okay, and we're standing at headstone 13, and this is your family, Michael.
My family's headstone belonged to me grandfather, grandmother. My uncle James is buried there, and also his wife Catherine.
What was your grandparents' name?
James Kenny.
James Kenny.
And Annie Kenny.
Where are they out of? What townland?
The same townland as where I am. Born and reared down the road, down about 44 miles.
What's it called?
Moatfarrell as well.
Oh, Moatfarrell townland?
Yeah.
Alright,
yeah.
okay.
So that's one of the last of the generations there, the Kennys,
Alright.
that were established from back years and years ago.
Right.
So as I say, family headstone is
Family
here.
headstone.
And the graveyard itself there has been an old graveyard there, and my father been caretaking here for 33 years.
33?
Yeah. And ever since back in the 30s when he would have started first, and he had the task of maintaining it, doing the graves, doing the grave digging, filling them back in, keeping the records and all of them things.
So he had the register?
He had the register, which is my family, my generation now.
Right.
I'm the last now to
the keeper of the book.
Keeper of it all now, to hold on to it now for my lifetime.
Right.
So after that, whoever gets it, I don't know.
Yeah. And you were saying, Michael, that your father had a system for cutting the grass and looking after the grass in the graveyard.
He had indeed.
What did he cut the grass with?
I think it was a tool called a scythe.
Right.
Which you would
swing
the grass over and back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the old traditional way of doing it.
And he would do it a bit at a time?
A little square each day.
Right.
He would decide to take in a small little area.
Yeah.
Whatever he could, think he could handle each day.
Yeah.
And he would do that square. I would come behind it with a little fork and shake it out behind him.
Yeah.
Then the next day he moved on to another square.
Yeah.
And if the weather was suitable, I got to turn it over and to, depending on weather.
Yeah.
So
you were saving it as hay?
Saving it as hay.
And was it a two-prong pike then that you had, a fork?
The fork, yeah, the two-prong pipe.
Right.
The pike came along and we kept at it there until we got it into such stages as we turned it, and then if it was dry enough we threw it into some rows with a little instrument called a hay rake.
Right.
That was with 12 prongs, a wooden rake.
Right.
Pull that into a row.
Right.
Then my father would build pikes or cocks of hay along the ditches.
Yeah.
So as we would be able to take it home later on in the season when things got calmer.
Yeah.
So what happened then was each cock would be, we'd have a spot marked out where we needed to put that for convenience for taking it away.
Yeah.
And we usually would have had 6 cocks of hay.
All right. Would you make a full-size cock?
Yeah.
Of hay in the
And when that was made, he would go back in a week later then, and it was called heading the cock.
Right.
We used to take the top off it.
Right.
Pull what used to be the butt of it.
Yeah.
Take that's the excess hay that would have settled down.
Yeah.
Take that away from it, and then he would take the head off the cock. He would rebuild the top of it, reshape it.
Yeah.
And then he would get some grass. That was the vital part for heading. It was called heading the cock.
Right.
And when we had it all built back, however, he would put one fork full of grass, and that was what was known as the thatch.
Right.
Like used to keep the weather off.
Right.
If we were going to leave it for the space of time to take it home.
Right.
So that was the way it was traditionally done.
Yeah.
Back in the.
And because she's a big enough graveyard.
Yeah, yeah, and there's like it's very historical with loads of ancient headstones.
Yeah.
And we started as I was a youngster, 7, 8 year old.
Were you?
Started helping my father here.
Right.
And
did you ever see him dig a grave here then?
Yes,
you did.
I've been with him there.
Yeah.
And the old was with the fork, the big iron fork.
Right.
And the spade and the shovel.
Yeah.
And he would have to go down to 8 foot.
8 foot.
Yes.
Right.
Which was hard going and hard work, because sometimes you would hit other graves and maybe hit rock.
Yeah.
Which had to be bypassed as well.
Yeah.
So we found ways around it.
Yeah.
And then you would have the other problem if you came upon another grave.
Yeah.
So that would have to be carefully, stuff taken out.
It was a coffin, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would have to be carefully taken out of it.
Yeah.
And then put back down. If it was broken up, it would be, laid back with the other newer remains.
Yeah.
So it took some time, and it was all planned in its own way.
Yeah.
With my father.
It sounds like he enjoyed doing it, did he?
Well, that was his passion, because it was kind of part-time for him.
Yeah.
He worked with Longford County Council
Right.
for maybe 30 odd years.
Right.
And he done this in his evenings from when we come home from work.
Right.
And then he always got a few weeks holidays in August.
Right.
And we would take the August, then that would be the finishing up part of the graveyard.
Right.
Anything that didn't get done
Yeah.
in the line of trimming it,
Yeah.
mowing it, cutting
Yeah.
stuff, would get really done then.
Okay. So if there was a tree after growing up that he'd want to cut, he'd do all that.
He would have to keep.
So you're
put
saying
that-
now there's a few ash trees here that weren't here when you were a boy.
Well, now they've grown up now, and
Yeah.
as I say, since the last 25, 30 years from I ever was here,
So
and it's all changed. And
so in the old days, your father would have been cleaning that kind of vegetation out all the time as
that
well.
was his responsibility.
Yeah.
He was paid off by the council to keep
Right.
that all sorted out
Right.
there and keep it trimmed back.
Okay.
And any graves that needed maintenance, if families which they knew he was caretaker here,
Yeah.
would call to him and ask him to maybe clean up a stone or maybe freshen up a grave or just keep a personal eye on stuff.
Okay. Bingo.